In a quiet forest, there was a tree that grew in the shadow of a great oak. No matter how much it stretched its branches toward the sun, the oak always seemed to block the light. The young tree would watch the birds and squirrels play on the mighty oak, wishing it could grow as tall and strong. But day after day, it remained small, its leaves never quite reaching the light it longed for. One day, a storm swept through the forest. The winds howled, and the great oak, with all its size and strength, was uprooted and fell to the ground with a crash. The next morning, the little tree stood alone in the clearing, with nothing to block the sun anymore. For the first time, the light touched every leaf. And the tree began to grow. Slowly, steadily, it stretched higher than it had ever imagined. Years later, it stood tall, its branches wide and full of life. The forest animals now played in its shade, and the birds nested in its branches. Sometimes, the obstacles we think are holding us back are not as permanent as they seem. We may feel overshadowed by challenges or circumstances, but when the time is right, we find that the light we were reaching for was always within our grasp. Growth doesn't stop because of what stands in our way, it just waits for the moment when we're ready to rise. The shadow of another may seem to dim our light, but it never takes it away. The obstacles before us are temporary guardians of our growth, urging us to be patient until the storms of life clear the way. In time, we all find our light, and when we do, it shines brighter because of the journey it took to reach it. Even in the shadows, we learn to grow. Every setback, every towering challenge shapes us, strengthening our roots and preparing us for the day when the sun will shine upon us fully. Like the quiet tree in the forest, sometimes all we need is the right moment to discover the greatness we hold inside. No dream is too distant, no light too far to reach. The branches that grow under cover of others may seem small, yet they are filled with silent resilience. The world will eventually clear a path for us. All we need is to keep reaching, trusting that our moment to stand in the sun will come, stronger than ever. Greatness isn't always found in the shadows of giants, it rises slowly, nurtured by the will to grow even when unseen. When life clears the obstacles before us, we realize that every moment spent reaching, every silent inch gained in the dark, was preparing us for the day we would finally thrive in the light. Life may place us in the shadows of towering challenges, but it's here where resilience blooms. Every setback, every shadow we stretch toward, shapes our strength. When the storms pass, and the light finally reaches us, we stand tall, not despite the challenges, but because of them. That's the quiet triumph of growth.